You are listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Positive Power 21. He's been often imitated, never duplicated. Some call him the David Letterman of late night. Some call him the Arsenio Hall of Gospel. Feel the power. Positive power. Jerry Ross.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Put your hands up and praise it. Put your hands up and praise it. Yeah.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
What's up, family? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? Uh-oh, I gotta fix my monitor. Hold tight real quick, y'all. Hit it, robot.
Hi, I'm Larry W. Robinson, host of Gospel Updates, your gospel entertainment news report. And you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide.
The robot had me up here twice. All right, here we go. It's showtime, everybody, right here on Positive Power Double XI Christian Media. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. We're going to have a good time tonight, because tonight we got my co-host on Wednesday going to be joining me as my guest tonight, and she got some guests tonight. That's right, we talking about the authors of Purpose Matters. That's right, Purpose Matter. Just released this week. She had a fantastic virtual release party all day on Tuesday. That's right. You gotta forgive me, I'm kind of a little bit thrown off what the day is. Batman wasn't feeling too well today. I hurt my foot. My foot was bothering me. So I had to take a little time off and rest. But we back on the airway, and it's a lot to talk about. That's right, Purpose Matter. What is your purpose? You know, did you find out yet? Does it matter? Woo, big question. All right, let's get our praise and worship on. All right, praise and worship time. Come on, robot.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right. Let's give thanks to our mighty Lord. We thank you, Lord, for our friends and our families. That's right, I give you thanks for my sister Tina. That's right, I am a superwoman. She make us who we are today. That's right, she don't play. I want to thank Patrice, Kimmy, Paula G, Joyce, Shay Samuels, Dr. Paul Kelly, Ron Jefferson, and my good friend John E. Ross. I give you thanks for them all. I give you thanks for my family. I give you thanks for everything that they are, for all the gifts and talents. I thank you for the many things they have given to others, and for all the kindness they have shown me. Lord, at the beginning of time, you breathed your life into your creation. May you bring your life into us now. So each step they take is filled with your faith. Each thought they think is filled with your hope. Each moment they live is filled with your love. May they fully know your love. May they fully live in your love this day and every day. Almighty God, I pray for my family, my friends, and my neighbors. I ask you to bring healings to our bodies. I ask you to correct what needs correcting, heal what needs healing, touch what needs your divine touch. God, I ask you, would you give our friends a new season of vibrant health, energy, and enthusiasm. In Jesus' name. Oh, dear Father God. Oh, robot,
You
hit
are
it.
listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Robot. Oh, Father, please help us to rest in your happiness. Allow smiles to linger on our lips, to dwell in a wonderful memory, to walk back through sunlit places. Dear Lord, please help us to wake with hope, to engage with life in all variety, to take in the beauty of others' joys, to touch the souls of those that meet with thankfulness, to help us sing with faith, to help us tell the truth, to keep it close to the heart, to rejoice in new life, to have peace as we age. Please help us to indulge in love, to breathe in the sweetness of intimacy, to taste the kindness of friendship, to feel a warmth of embrace. Please help us not to miss a single drop of heaven, to catch each moment and drink in the great joy of life. All right. Don't forget my sponsor. We thank her, Daynette Watson. She started a home-based business marketing a great line of weight loss products. You trying to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds? Woo, check out Daynette Watson, her Facebook page. She looking good. Don't even look like the same person. That's right. Get rid of all that stress, all that toxin, all them parasites. That's right. TLC will help it all happen. All right. So they don't make no medical claims, but they do work. All right. So I lost 4 pounds in 5 days and keeping it off, feel stronger. That's right. All right. So check it out at DaynetteWatson.com. That's DANET Watson.com. Beautiful website. All right. Empower Me Books. Check out Jessica Highsmith Pen LXJ on Amazon.com. Empower Me Books Misfits, The Miracle Revealed. That's right, you haven't heard no miracles in a while? Check out Jessica A. Highsmith Pen LXJ, The Wonders of Miracles. All right, don't forget about Kent Osborne. He got a single out there on Amazon. That's right, Praise the Power. That's right, check him out. Him and Ree, check out Ree. She has not a brand new album, but she got an album that's out there called Your Instrumental, a beautiful, beautiful album. And you can hear Ree here on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. You can catch Zion, that's right, Pamela Zion here at 10 o'clock. And you catch Late Night with Jervis Live and Kimmy Kim here at 9 o'clock. That's right, so come on out and hang out with us, the Triple Threat, on Mondays. And then on Tuesday, you got Pastor Time with Dr. Paul Kelly and Dr. Trinnell with Late Night with Dr. T. That's right, interviews, awesome music, and scripture. That's right, get your praise on Tuesdays. Then come on back with us Wednesday morning and catch all of the live streams coming in from iHeartRadio with, that's right, Relations Radio with Kimmy Kim. If you'd like to hear conversations about hair, check out the new Hair Morning Show. That's right, the Hair Morning Show with Curry Hines, right here on Positive Power WXI. Also, we got Fire Gospel Music Radio with Ron Jefferson. That's right, all streaming right here on Positive Power WXI in the morning. Just come on out to Spreaker Radio and go on my page. Just click on the link and just look for Positive Power 21. All right, and also John E. Brooks, Let's Talk to the Lord. That's right, they bring deep conversation. That's right, deep conversation about praise Him. That's right, prayer. We need prayer, y'all. All right, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and please share the file. You know, we have some great podcasters on this show. And you guys out there got music videos that you spent all that money for. Yeah, I know you spent a lot of money. Them videos look good that y'all sending me. That's right. You can reach out to You First Management Enterprises, LLC, Dr. Trinnell. She'd be glad to make sure that your videos are sent here for Music Vision Television, our brand new baby. And I want to thank Paula G for helping me test that system during the summertime. We felt real confident with it. So it was up and running. That's right. It was up and running. Black History Month 2018, the birth of Music Vision Television. And it's not only for music videos, but also you can catch I think I might have to stop that program for a second. It's not only for music videos, but also you can come out there and you can catch other programs. We got talk radio running. I mean, not talk radio. Yeah, talk radio. Yeah, you can hear us on there. That's right. About this time of the day. Right now, we do have music videos running, but you can catch the podcast streaming on YouTube Live, and you can go out there. Just look for Jerry Royce. That's right, Jerry Royce on YouTube. If not, just come out to our page. We always have links available on our page. Jerry Royce Live on Facebook. And if you're on Spreaker, Spreaker Radio, our international overseas audience, our military men and women in uniform, and all of our listeners that's a big fan of independent gospel music, they are listening diligently and faithful to the Positive Power 21 family. We appreciate you guys. We love you. And shout out to the UK, Canada, Austria, Peru, India. Yeah, you guys be hitting me up, and I appreciate it knowing that you guys are tuning in, and all the people who are coming over from Spreaker, other channels that come out and shout out to me sometime. We appreciate you guys too. And thank you so much for supporting the power. That's right. The movement for independent. See, that's right. We support the movement for being independent. Independent radio, independent TV, independent films, independent radio. That's right. And speaking of films, that's right. My movie is ready to be launched. And I really didn't want to give you guys an exact release date because I don't know what could go wrong while I'm uploading it, because I haven't finished the cover art yet. But it's what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and let it ride and fix that later. So hopefully we'll be able to make an announcement on Paula G's show when Who I Am will be available. That's right. This is a documentary series highlighting the success of black men. That's right. The brothers doing their stuff, ladies. I know you guys. The ladies are leading the country in higher education. That's a fact of all ethnic groups, all races on the planet. That's right. Our sisters are doing their thing. But the brothers are doing their things too. Not everybody's meant for college. It wasn't that easy. I'm telling you. That's right. A lot of us tried like 3-4 times, and some people still didn't graduate. So it's not for everybody. But the point is, hey, these brothers doing their thing. But these brothers that we're featuring on this episode, this documentary series, all these guys are college graduates. Okay. And ladies, these are the kind of guys, you want your daughters to go out with and in court, or you want to marry yourself. These are gentlemen. And I got a special friend that's going to help me with the next series. Yes, this guy got quite a story. Man, you talking about somebody who's triumphed, still going through challenges, but, that's the way life is. And, you walking with Christ, things going to happen, but he's still here. And so we're going to be working on that. Hopefully we'll be in production this weekend. All right. And also, we're still working on Living with Dirty Diana, the series where BET, that's right, black music. Well, put it this way. We're introducing independent gospel music. That's right. And the first soundtrack that's going to be released is by Sean Ray Price. And I think it is called Dirty Diana. That's right. I think it's called Living with Dirty. So we're working on that trailer. That trailer is going to be pretty good. It's going to be like a little short movie, a micro movie, I guess you can call it. So that'll be out real soon. We actually in production. We're waiting for the weather to get a little warmer. So we're having fun, y'all. This was all about just having fun. We all got our challenges, and life ain't perfect, but just do what God told you to do, what he gifted you to do. All right. So we got Patrice standing by. We're about to bring Patrice out. She got some friends. She brought some friends along, and we're gonna bring them on in a couple minutes too. So we're gonna talk to Patrice. What's up, Patrice? Is that you, Patrice?
Yes, it's me.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry.
How you doing? I
am doing really good right now. I'm super excited with the book release, and now I'm on the show, and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Now, Patrice, I'm kind of shocked. I thought you've been exhausted today, man. You went like what, 12 hours on the radio, Facebook Live yesterday?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was. I went to bed soon after though, so I got some rest.
That was a long day, and you was back to back. How did you do that? Well, you had that drilling.
I will say that a lot of it was, talking to you guys, and you guys were pumping me up, talking about your story, talking about your purpose. So that was helping. I was like going on fumes at that point.
All right. But look, we're going to take a quick music break. I got a couple of things I got to straighten out real quick. I forgot to stop the music channel because we actually podcasting right now. And it looks like it's having some streaming issues. So we're going to play this one by Ree. I don't even think I ever had this song. It's called So Good. Ree is always popping out these songs. And I'm like, I remember that song when you were here in my studio. So she got a bunch of these songs. Let's check this one. It's called So Good by Ree. All right. I'll be right back, y'all. Hang tight.
All right.
Keep it locked. Please share this file. We got Patrice Jackson here talking about her new book, and we're going to support that sister. So, Patrice, make sure you drop that link so people could buy them T-shirt and the book in the Facebook Live feed. And then, of course, you got to drop me my link so I can get my T-shirt. So I can. That's right, y'all. I'm admit, y'all. I'm going to be showing off. I ain't going to be too humble about this one. Here we go.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Something to uplift your spirit. Turn this up. Roll your windows down. It feels so good to be a child of the king. You know what I'm talking about?
It's funny how you're making me feel as I linger to be all up in your presence. Your touch, your voice, your will. I admire and desire your heaven. Lord, you mean more to me than anything this world could offer. Even at their very best, at your simplest, you put them to rest. You brighten up my days. Your life is light to me. I can't get enough of you. I gotta have more. You brighten up my days. Your life is life to me. I can't get enough of you. I gotta have more. Your loving is good. Fills me up with all that I need. Your loving is good. You supply my every need. So good. Can't get enough. You're all that I need. I gotta tell everybody, sing it to the world that you're good, so good.
Let it breathe right. Let it breathe. You ready? Come on. Re-talk.
I can go all of my days, try my hardest to praise and thank you, but I can't give enough praise, because you are so much bigger than my effort. You took what was dark in me, purified and made me new. Now I feel what you've been showing, and I wanna give my all to you. You brighten up my days. Your life is light to me. I can't get enough of you. I gotta have more. Your loving is good. Fills me up with all that I need. Your loving is good. You supply my every need. So good. Can't get enough. You're all that I need. I gotta tell everybody, sing it to the world that you're good, you're good. Your loving is good. Fills me up with all that I need. Your loving is good. You supply my every need. So good. Can't get enough. You're all that I need. I gotta tell everybody, sing it to the world that you're good, so good to me. You are, oh you are good to me. Oh you are so good to me. You are, oh you are good to me. Oh you are so good. Fills me up with all that I need. Your loving is good. You supply my every need. So good. Can't get enough. You're all that I need. I gotta tell everybody, sing it to the world that you're good, so good.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right. You're listening to Positive Power XXI Christian Media. That's right. XXI, the radio station that support independence. That's right, y'all. We support everybody. All right. We got YouTube live rolling. A lot of people do really well on YouTube. So if you're having problems on Facebook, I know sometimes if you don't have a really good Wi-Fi system, Facebook can give you the blues. So going out to YouTube live and just look for Jerry Royce, okay? Or you go to my Facebook page, you can actually click the link. It should be out there right now for you, available. All right. Matter of fact, I try to pop it in there if I can remember what it is. So also you can go out to Spreaker Radio. That's a real clean HD audio feed. Just go to Spreaker Radio, go under live, or you can just Google Jerry Royce Live and you'll see the live feed come up in Google. All right. So Google me, Barbara. All right, we're having a great time. We were Patrice Jackson. So excited. I mean, it was so much adrenaline. It was flowing. Patrice, it was unbelievable. Man, so I mean, how long you think this is going to go on before you say, okay, it's time to do something else? You know, that happens sometime when you're an entrepreneur. Projects just keep kicking itself out there, you know, and then other one goes up on the shelf. So.
Yeah, I think I want to keep it going for as long as possible. I've actually, my commitment to it was to do it for at least a year. Mm-hmm. However, recently, I went to a seminar and I spoke to some other authors who have really been doing it a little bit longer, and I'm looking at doing a part 2 coming out this fall.
Oh, wow.
And then with that, it will come with like a tour and a documentary and a few other perks and features to the offer. So hopefully it goes longer than that. We'll see.
Well, if you
see
ever
how
find
everybody receives it.
Yeah, and that is so awesome, you know, to keep that thing going. Now, if you ever find yourself, you know, hanging out here in Baltimore, Charm City with Superwoman Tina, come on through my studio. We can do a little micro movie about your purpose. That'd be so awesome if you could do that. You know, the invitation's open. So if you can get down here to Charm City, you know, ain't no but an hour flight. Come on down. Hang out with us. Jerry Royce Live.
I might have to take you up on that, Jerry. Come on down there.
And again, congratulations. You know, I was telling people I've been publishing books for over 20 years, my family. And this is the first time I ever got my name in a book as an author. All the other times it was just like art director, you know, publisher, assistant, whatever. So this is great. I mean, I'm in a lot of books. You know, it's really no big deal. You know, we worked on them for so long. It's like, let's just put our credits in this book, you know, keep it moving. But this is a different feeling. You know, I honestly have to say that. Different feeling. I told my daughter, and she was so happy. I guess I can't wait to get the books so I can put in her house. I got to get some books for you, you know? So,
yeah, it's cool. I mean, because you need to tell your story in this, and I was reading everybody's story and reading your story, Jerry, and, you know, I like, you know, it was everybody had their own perspective. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody talked about how important it was to have purpose and how much it mattered, but they all came to that agreement a different way, a different journey, and that's the point that I wanted to make. So you should feel different. You made a big impact in this book, and I appreciate you for being part of the project.
Amen. And we want to keep, you know, we want to help you keep this thing going. So when, you know, when we do our Wednesday show, that's something we can always ask people, you know, and that's one question we never really asked. Do they know their purpose? You know, it's a good question. Or does it matter to some people? Because I think somebody did talk about that the other day. I forgot what the response was, but it wasn't a response I thought we were going to get. It was a little different response. And I think with some people, I guess their purpose may make sure that someone else's purpose is being delivered. I guess that's what I think they said. You ever heard that one before?
I mean, it can be. I mean, a lot of times you think about even, you know, when you think about church, a lot of, especially pastors who have bigger congregations, they have what they call armor bearers, right? Mm-hmm. And that's their number 2. They don't really get the spotlight, but their purpose is to make sure that the pastor or the pastor's wife is okay, you know, and that's important, you know. So right. I think that sometimes just because you don't have the spotlight on you or you may not be the bigger figure doesn't mean that your purpose doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know, it's still it's part of what makes the village run.
That's right, part of the system. That's right. So while we have you, Patrice, before your guests come on, because it looks like I think we have 2 ladies that's going to come on and talk to us. It's 2 ladies, Teresa, and I think Patrice is coming on. Is that right?
Yeah, Patrice,
Okay. All right, so let's hear your purpose. Tell us about your purpose. Why purpose matter to you?
Well, purpose matters to me. Well, my actual purpose is to empower and to encourage. And I'm really, and then I also have a purpose of administrative skills. I found out my purpose. Well, I knew, just looking back, I knew I had purpose when I was a kid and the things that I loved to do. But it wasn't until I overcame some tragedies in life and looked back on that time that I realized that it was my purpose that brought me out. It was my purpose that gave me peace during that time. And so that, you know, realizing that and, you know, doing the feeling that I have and how good it felt, is now my purpose to make sure everybody else in the world, if possible, has that feeling. I want everyone to find out what their purpose is and feel that joyful, euphoric feeling of having that peace of mind, knowing that you were put on this earth for a reason and you know what it is.
That's right.
That's an amazing feeling. And I want everybody to experience it.
Yeah, now since you got that feeling, because you say that a lot, that you really want people to have that feeling. How about the people who time hasn't arrived? You got that guy. I mean, you got to think about for years before, 2006. I was doing a lot of couch potatoing. Matter of fact, I took a break from 2009 from radio just to concentrate on my career. And then, but when you come home, it's like things kind of stop at the end of the clock, and then you just go home, and then you find yourself just, waiting for Sunday for football, waiting for Saturday for basketball. And it's like, okay, you're not even really thinking about your purpose. Like, okay, my purpose right now is to enjoy sports. Do you think it's just a time, people just don't know when that time is going to come? So should they even worry about it, or just keep living until your number's called? You feel me?
Well, I'm going to say I think you should always be pursuing it or trying to figure it out. And then you have to realize, too, that sometimes your purpose can change. You may have, a woman who, all along she always, or a woman or man who always had this urgent feeling that she wanted to have, or they wanted to have a family, be a parental figure, be the spouse and companion of someone. And that may be what it is at that point. They have that urgent feeling. They have joy from it. It's what motivates them. But then, as the years go by and they mature and they grow and they learn different things, or their kids get older, that might change, so don't be afraid to continue to allow yourself to figure out who you are. That's why it's really important to have a relationship with God, and to have supportive friends and family, because those are the people that are going to support you while you're on your journey of figuring it out. So it's all, until the day you pass and you die, you should be always pursuing it. And if it's something in you to feel like it's more, if you have that feeling, there is more. Yeah, there is more. And right. You owe it to yourself to figure it out. But more importantly, you owe it to your community, to the people around you in your circle to figure it out. Because sometimes they may be waiting on you to figure it out so that they can figure it out. You might be the person that's going to encourage them. Right. Maybe you may be the person that's going to lead them to who they really are. So it's worth it to always keep going.
It is. I mean, you bring a lot of thoughts to me just when you said that little piece, the people that was in your circle. They could be, and just think about if you abandon that circle and then you run into them and you say, what are you guys doing? Or what are you ladies doing? He's like, oh, nothing. It's like they could be waiting on you or whatever. Because it was just like I had a conversation with an executive a couple of days ago, and he had a client who was like really concerned about his career, really concerned, like, feel like it's not really going anywhere. But he felt like he couldn't ask for help because he felt like everybody think he has already, according to his friends, it looks like he already has made it. So he don't really feel like he can ask him for anything. But it's like, I remember reading where this person said, you know what, you got to look at the people that God has placed in your life. They have special, unique skills that you may not have. And it's only things, they can do things that you can't do for your own self. And sometimes you need to introduce to them what are you planning and what are you doing. Then you find out that they have so much energy for your project, and you wouldn't even know it because you're thinking they so busy envying you because you've been in a movie or because you drive a fancy car and you live in the suburbs. Yeah, it could be bothering them, but if you introduce them to what you're doing, you'd be surprised. You bring them into your world. So that was pretty deep. How to do that. And I think it is I saw that on YouTube once too. How do you do that? I mean, I know you're a little familiar with that because you're an event planner. Your circle of friends, do you think God placed them in your life? Not maybe exactly for your purpose, but maybe for their purpose. You ever venture down that road?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, my circle of friends, it's funny you say it like that, but I do believe that God has placed me in their lives for a reason, and vice versa. Different reasons from each of us, though. Like, for instance, I'm always on the phone with some of my friends, and we're talking about something, and they may be talking it through, and I might bring up something like, that's a good idea. Oh, yeah, we're brainstorming. I brainstorm very well with my friends and associates. So that's one thing that I feel I bring to the table when it comes to the relationships that I have. But in the same thing, I have friends that maybe are not entrepreneurs or that I don't brainstorm with. For instance, perfect example, I have a friend that I've been friends with for over 20 years, since I was in like 6th grade.
Wow.
And she is not an entrepreneur. Ebony is not an entrepreneur, but she's a mom. She stepped out. She moved from Cleveland to California as a single parent. She homeschools my goddaughter. She went to school to become a nurse, something she always wanted to do. And she, just knowing her story, encourages me and empowers me to keep going, because I'm like, my friend could do this. She did this, and she had way more against her than I did. And that empowers me,
Yes.
So it's not always that the actual things, and I'm sure she may not even know. I probably need to tell her as much as, how much she empowers and encourages me. But sometimes people are just living their lives, just doing what they do, just trying to make it.
That's
and
right.
They're encouraging and inspiring people, and they didn't even know it.
That's right.
So it's just best to stay in your lane and do what you do what you love to do, and you never know how you're affecting the world.
You don't. Just them just being themselves, just doing their thing, and just kind of keeping you in the loop. And sometimes just enough, because I know it's a lot of times I used to sit in church and you listen to the pastor, and that's when I get my really good brainstorming things going on. And sometimes you start thinking, say, wow, all these people, that's up on the stage, they have special skills. They playing music for the church, and this guy is loving. I mean, the same guys usher every week. I remember when I was ushering, we had our own Sunday. So the rest of the week, Sundays, you're just sitting out there with the rest of the congregation, just enjoying the service, not really serving. And these guys, they've been doing it since we've been going to the church. I think we've been there for maybe 7, 8 years. No, 10, 11 years. Same guys. I just think that's truly, I think I would have quit by now. But
that makes sense though. Like, think about when you go to church, and that's, I think, like when you had said back when you said that sometimes people may be like famous or driving certain cars or have this particular amount of money in their bank account, but everybody is not perfect at everything, right? So you may have all this money, and you may be really good at your career, but you may have a problem with building relationships, right? So you may need a friend that's going to, teach you how to build relationships, healthy relationships, and 2, be that one person in your life that is a healthy relationship so that you have something to cling to, right? So it doesn't matter, the status. It matters the commitment to what it is.
That's right,
to me.
the purpose. All right. Well, we're ready to talk to Teresa and Patrice. Let's bring them on the line and say hello to these ladies. What's up, Miss Teresa and Patrice? How you guys doing?
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, what's going on?
This is so much better than the technical difficulties I had last night.
I understand, Teresa. There's just so much to learn about this. Unless you're doing it every day, it's not going to be natural. You're going to have some problems.
Yeah, It was totally, I was shaking. It was horrible.
Yeah, no worry. But look, I came to the rescue.
You're on now, Teresa.
That's right. You're on now. That's right. And thousands and thousands of people are checking you out right now. All right. We got Patrice on the line too. Is that right, Patrice?
Hey.
Hey, Patrice. How you doing? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right. And look, congratulations to both of you. I guess we all share the same platform. We are like brothers and sisters of Purpose Matters One, right?
Yes.
That's right. We got our own
we
got our own tea party. I tease people in tea parties. So we got our own tea party. So that's awesome. All right. We're like club members. And what's the other word that they use when you're partners in crime? I guess that's right.
Right. We're VIP status.
That's right.
Right.
Amen. All right. So we'll start with you, Teresa. So tell us about your purpose. How you feel being in this book. was it important for you to share to the world? Go ahead and tell us your story.
Actually, I'm one of the sponsors, and after listening to all of the interviews yesterday, I'm just so proud to be a sponsor because all of the authors were just truly inspiring, and it was great listening to them.
Yeah.
But a little bit about me: I'm a wife, mother, grandmother of 5, sister. I sew, I work, and I help my husband with his remodeling business in my spare time.
Oh.
I came across my purpose about 2 years ago. Like many of the other authors, I went through a dark spell, and about 30 years ago, I went into healthcare in different branches, working in a lab, working in billing. And about 2 years ago, I was introduced to doTERRA essential oils, and I fell in love with them right away, and found that it was a way that I could still be in healthcare and help people one-on-one.
Oh, wow.
So I've tried to sell things in the past, and my heart wasn't in it because I didn't even use the products. I can tell you that I've got like 4 different oils on right now just to calm me down because I had such a horrible night last night. But when I share the oils with people and they experience them and see how well they work and how fast they work, it's amazing.
Wow.
So I'm not really selling the product. I'm just sharing it, and people fall in love with it right away. So my purpose is to help people take care of their health and well-being proactively, or if they feel something coming on, they can address it right away. I feel so strongly about it that I've started to take a 6-month class to become an essential oil specialist.
Oh, wow.
And that way I know the chemistry of all the oils, and I'll understand it even more for myself so that I can pass that on to the people that I'm sharing with. So
awesome.
it's I love it.
Yeah.
And I just love helping people. There's been too many overdoses, and I have a friend that was in a nursing home, and they had her on some meds that they actually had to administer Narcan. And I can't really say that these will replace your medicine, but they will assist with any issues you have so that maybe you don't have to take so many.
That's awesome.
And I just have to throw this in there too. Today was our 1 day a year for the employees at my day job, and the CEO gave a little speech, and 2 of the things that he said really stood out to me. One was value equals cost plus quality, and that's what this company is about. And for all my entrepreneur friends, think big and act small. Pay attention to the small details, and everything's going to go from there. And I thought those 2 were just great.
That is awesome.
So that's my purpose, to help people.
Yeah, that's right. And it's funny. You mentioned, your CEO came out to talk to you guys and gave you some encouragement. Well, I was watching, one of my favorite shows is Undercover Boss, because these guys get a chance to learn something about themselves, because they're so detached from their employees, and they don't really know what the employees go through, not just on the job, but in their everyday lives, some of the challenges they go through. And that's why I love that show so much. I don't get a chance to see it that often. I just saw it yesterday. And this guy was he was just so heart-struck in the stories of these people. He didn't realize he had so much talent working for his company, but they were being held back because they didn't realize that a certain training was in place because their bosses wouldn't tell them about it, and he just felt like, wow, we got all this talent and these people going through all of these things, but yet they still have a desire to do a really good job, and they're better than what they're doing. It's like they deserve more, and he wanted to do that for them. So it was a really good, enriching show, especially at the, being a Patrice show yesterday. It was just so great. You see that, happen. about caring about people, just like you said, helping people, get ahead,
Right.
move forward in their lives, not just feeling stagnated, All right. So thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate that. All right,
You're welcome.
Miss Patrice. Let's hear your story. Let's just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're in the book. Tell us.
A little bit about me is, let's see, where do I begin? I'll just make it very simple because there's so much about me. We don't have enough time for all that. But I am the founder of Network Notions, and it is a networking organization. Mm-hmm. I started the group because I wanted to put the getting to know you back into networking. I've been into MLM companies probably since I was about 18. And I've attended like a lot of vendor events, a lot of networking events, and I always felt like we were just looked at as a dollar sign. It was either take my product or join my team. Mm-hmm. And to me, I feel people do business with people that they know, love, and trust. So we have taken the know, love, and trust out of business deals, and it's just now about the dollar sign. And I kind of got tired of it. So I jumped out there on a whim and was like, I'm going to start a networking group that teaches people how to actually communicate about what your business is and what it is that you do, and not so much focus on the money part of it. I mean, yes, the money is important, but you can't let that rule how you connect with people, because when you do that, you kind of shortchange yourself because you limit yourself. So I started the organization for that reason, and it took off way faster than I thought it would. I thought it would just be like, okay, I'm going to try this. Nobody might not really like it, and we're almost 4 years later, and it's constantly growing. People love it. I'm constantly giving them tips, education, workshops, seminars, and things like that to teach us all that once we take the money out of it and really get to know the people that we are wanting to do business with, those connections will come. And the money will come, and we probably won't be able to even handle the money when it comes. But once you make that connection, it's way more important than getting that person to buy that product one time. Because let's be honest, you want a lifetime customer. You don't just want somebody that's going to come and buy it one time, and then that's it.
Wow.
You want to build that rapport.
Wow, I love that platform.
Yeah, and I joined the Purpose Matters Project because, I'll be honest, me and Patrice have collaborated a few times on a few things. And she is the type of person that I know whatever she brings to the table is something positive. I never doubt it. I never question it. I fully can say she is somebody that I fully trust when it comes to collaborating with her. And that's rare. That's very rare. So, she'll tell you whenever she tells me something, I'm like, okay, we can do it. And she hasn't even given me all the details yet. And I'm like, okay, I'm in, count me in. And when she brought the project to me, it was just like, I couldn't say no. It's like, I couldn't say no. Like, God wouldn't allow me to say no because it was something that I needed to do. Like everyone else, I've had some dark surfaces in life. I've had some things that I probably would have never talked about or shared. And I've come to the realization that my testimony can be the story that somebody needs to encourage and to motivate them. And to me, you have to address those dark places and embrace them because that's part of our journey. So the more we're in denial and ashamed of them, the longer we stay in that dark place. When we take those situations and learn from them and say, hey, God has forgiven me. Who cares who else doesn't forgive me? As long as he's forgiven me, I can move on from this. So when she came to me with the project, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to take my story and to motivate someone else. And it's funny because now I look back and I say there's so much more. I don't know if any of the other authors feel that way, but there's so much more that I could have, should have said than what I said. But that's why it's like I felt like this is the perfect time for me to utilize my pain to help somebody else avoid that pain and to help somebody else come out of that pain that may be in it, that might feel like no one else has ever gone through this.
That's right. I know that feeling. You feel like, oh, should I write a little bit more? because I feel like
Right. Can I get it back and write a little bit more?
Yeah, I feel like I wrote a blurb compared to what I can say, but it's like I didn't want to, if I would have got a chance to see what the other people was writing pages of stuff, I was like, what? A page and a half? Okay. Then I could have felt a little bit more comfortable about it. So I said, nah, I just give my story and then you can tell it anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? After people read the book. So that was good. All right. Patrice, you got any questions for your guests?
No, I don't have any questions. They really expressed themselves well. I'm so thankful that they came on and told us why they decided to join the project as a sponsor, as an author. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you. You guys are the reason why this worked so well.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
You are welcome.
Amen. So hang around a little bit, ladies. We're going to take a quick music break. We coming right back at you. So you guys cool? You guys can hang around with Positive Power with Jerry Royce?
I can hang around.
All right. Awesome.
Sure.
All right. Let's take a quick music break. Early in this intro of the show, we heard from Ree. Ree snuck another new song in on Batman. That's right, called So Good. So now we have another song which is titled Track 1, which is not truly the title, but that's how they gave it to me. But it's from the Vinegas, Steve and the Vinegas. I love this song. I think it's called I Am a Winner. And that's how we feel in this group today. We are winners. And here we go with the Vinegas.
This song is for anyone that may feel as if you can't make it, or that your life is over. I know you've been through some hard times, but remember, my friend, quitting is not an option. Steve, Dog, June, Tom, Leviticus, Uncle Reese, let's go. Let's get it.
I always win, I always in him. I can depend on him. Jesus rose for me. He rose for me. In him y'all ready? Victory. Victory is mine.
I'm more than a conqueror. Said that I'm so much more than a conqueror. There's been so times I can't even hide to you. Take it. Sometimes I feel like take it, but faith, so I held on to God. And I made it. I always win. No matter what I'm presented with, no matter what people say, I can depend on you, God. I can put my trust in you, God, because I have to do it.
LaJune Thompson, sing LaJune.
In him I can see, yeah. Jesus rose for me, yeah. In him I have victory, yeah. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're going through, God got his hands on you. God got his hands on you. No matter what you're going through, it might not look like it right now, but it's all working together for your good. God got his hands on you.
Victory to me is the sweetest melody. I proclaim it over me and my entire family. Every generation the devil tried to kill, we cast down every curse as we remain in his will. We understand. You gotta receive it. You must believe it. Victory is mine. I always win.
I always win. I'm more than a conqueror. I can depend on him. All because he rose. In him I have victory. In him I have victory.
victory. I always win. In Him I can depend. Jesus rose for me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, in Him I have victory, yeah. I win.
All right, you tell him, Robot.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI.
That's right. You tell him, Robot. Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel the power? Feel the power of radio. That's right. Don't forget, y'all, we got Music Vision Television. If you're an artist, just spent a whole bunch of money on a new music video and you have no place to put it but on YouTube or Facebook. If you want to keep that thing floating, remember, people buy your music because of the videos, not radio play. That's right. That's what Pastor Keith Ron Powell said of Angara, a music distributor. People will buy your music because of your music video. So check us out. Send your video. We got a bunch of new ones. We just loaded Demo Denard is up there now. We got 3 new videos from Sean Ray Price and one from Teresa Powell that they collab on. I think we loaded Roland. Yeah, Arthur Roland, the making of a video. We're waiting for the other new one to come along, but here's the behind the scenes of a video. So we got a lot of them. We got Never Void up there, Pastor Never Void. A lot of these guys used to be hardcore gang members, and now they triumph. Now they're ministers and pastors and disciples and you name it, feeding the word to the street, lifting our young people up. That's what it's all about, the word of God. So send us your music videos. People want to see you in your ministry. All right. And we got Music Vision Television. All right. Right. Running live on YouTube. All right. If you want to find out more about it, you can check out You First Media Network at gmail.com. That's You First, the number 1 first. That's right. And we make sure she get that straight for you guys. But like you said, you can hit me up at jerryroycelive@gmail.com. All right. We're talking to Miss Teresa, Miss Catrice, and Miss Patrice. Catrice and Patrice. Y'all get that? All right. We're talking about purpose.
We're the 2 Traces.
That's right. We're talking about Purpose Matter. Book just got released for Patrice Jackson. Congratulations to her. It is an awesome film. I just can't wait to get my copy. Now tell people how they can get copies of the book, Patrice. How can people do that? What's the method?
You can go to yespurposematters.com and go to the online store, and you can purchase the book, which is only $14.99, the T-shirt, which is only $14.99, and then there's some other things like we have awareness bands and some other shirts, like our Purpose shirt is on there, and if you get the Purpose pack, you will get the T-shirt and the book as well, and the awareness band, as well as a surprise gift that will come with it as well to create the experience for you. So if you are interested, just go to yespurposematters.com, and you can purchase everything right there.
All right. So it's an S at the end of Matters? It's plural? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's YESPURPOSEMATTERS.com.
All right. So I got up there on Facebook. So if you on Facebook, it's right there. You can check it out. And Purpose Matters. That's right. It's like Podcast Matters. That's right. It's important to be able to get the information out. All right. To the people. That's right. Purpose Matters. Now, Patrice. Now, is it a different system for the people in the book? How they purchase their books? Do we get it at a wholesale price, or do we all go to the same place to get it?
No. If you are author of the book, you get a whole different price. So just contact me if you're listening, and we'll get that pricing to you. Or if you are someone who owns a store or a boutique or a bookstore, or you want to carry the book in your store, please contact me, Patrice Jackson, on Facebook, or you can send me a message through yespurposematters.com, and we'll be happy to give you the wholesale price as well if you want to carry it in your store.
That's right. It's so awesome. Like I was telling you guys before, it was something I was thinking about, like maybe like a year ago. I said, wow, you're starting to hear about all these people authoring books. And I was going to dummy it down. Well, not dummy it down, but I was going to simplify it for myself. I'm just going to do an audio book. Sales were up 16% in 2016 anyway. I'm going to do an audio book. I already have everything written out. It's ready. The outline is, I'm ready. I know who my characters are. Matter of fact, I got 3 of these things. And then I'm finding out that there's some people out here that can transcribe very well. So they can make it easier for you. You're hearing about people turning their CDs into books or their sermons into books. Because I always wonder how pastors come out with books so fast. A lot of them just take their sermons and make it a book. So I think that's fascinating how the publishing world. Now I want to talk a little about anthology, ladies. Is this the first for any of you? Is this your first anthology? How about you, Patrice? Is this your first one?
It's my first one.
The first one I've done for myself. I was in the anthology about 5 years ago. And I can't even remember the name of the book. I apologize. But I was in just an anthology of just a couple of words some years ago. But as far as me just the main author, it is my first one.
Okay. And so, Ms. Jones, you said this is your first one.
Yes.
All right. How about you, Ms. Teresa?
First time sponsoring anything this big.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did say you're a sponsor. Okay, so you're not actually in the book. You're a sponsor. Okay, well, that's awesome. All right. So, Miss Jones, because I know if I say Patrice might answer. So, Miss Jones. Okay. I mean, was this something that you were thinking about pursuing as a writer? Because I know I was talking to a good friend of mine, and she said this is the way you get started as a writer because you get a chance to get your name out there, get a chance to understand what the industry is like before you start spending a whole bunch of your own money. So tell us about your thought process with that.
My thought process is, it's kind of funny when Patrice brought it to me. I have a teenage daughter, and she's always told me, like, Mommy, you need to write a book. You need to tell your story. And I would always tell her, no, I don't want to talk about it. She's like, no, you should tell people. You should tell people your story. And so when Patrice brought the opportunity to me, I can honestly say now it has lit a fire inside of me that makes me want to do it again and to do my own. Like, she has ignited a flame in me that probably it might have come out at a later time, but then again, it might not have. So it's almost like when I put a post up the other day and it said your friends should bring out greatness in you. Bring out the greatness in you when you're too afraid to bring it out on your own.
Awesome.
And that's what this whole Purpose Matters project has done for me. I don't know about the other authors, but it has brought something out in me that I was too afraid to do on my own. But now that she's, lit that flame, it's like, okay, Patrice is ready to venture off and look into this a little bit deeper. She's ready to explore with this. So I can honestly say, like, for me, it was that motivation that I needed to know that you can do this. It's not as big as you think it is, Patrice. You can do this.
That's right. And again, congratulations. Now, Miss Teresa, do you think that's something you would like to do in the future? Be part of an anthology and get kickstarted and, write your own book, your own story?
I don't know about my own book, but I could certainly contribute because I've gone through things that I am sure can help other people.
That's right.
We all go through our own dark place, and mine was probably about 15 years of,
I hear you. That's right.
Found a way out of it, and I have a good life now, and I'm sure it could help influence other people and show them that there is a way out.
That's right.
And you can do better.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a powerful testimony. That's what God put us here, to tell our story. A lot of people are always wondering why they can't move forward. I remember hearing about that story with Steve Harvey. He was holding on to an old car that wasn't running, and he kept telling his mom he was going to get a new car, but she said, well, you still got that other car in the driveway. And it was still, he kept saying he never could get that new car. He still had the old car. So one day he finally got rid of the old car, and he was able to get the new car. So getting rid of the old to get the new. So that's just, I always feel like that. How are you going to move forward in your life if you can't shake the old stuff? You're still in your closet. You got to clean your closet out. So a lot of people are finding ways to which I'm hearing all the time, because I used to do a lot of interviews with authors on the radio show, and a lot of them found that writing the book was very therapeutic. They were able to move on, but they just quite couldn't shake it. You know, it's just like it happened yesterday, whatever they went through. But writing the books kind of helped them move on. It's almost like you passing it off, you know, in a way.
Yeah. And I have to say,
you said it was
I
therapeutic?
started going to Network Notions that Patrice started. I started going there about a year ago. So this is all pretty new to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to be part of it. Even though I wasn't an author in the book, I've sponsored it and I've got my information on the book.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe next time, you know, I'll have something to say.
Yeah, that's right. Baby steps. That's right. Maybe part 2. Purpose Matters 2. That's right. I feel you. And of course, like Patrice, Miss Jones was saying earlier, you know, you feel guilty if you just kept on writing. Because, I mean, of course, a lot of us have a whole book in us. And that's one of the things. I used to work with a publisher. He's still in existence today, Black Classic Press, owned by Paul Coates. You can find him online. And I remember he said to me, Jerry, everybody has at least one good book in them. You know, he ain't talking about a 44-pager neither. You know, he talking about a humdinger. So, of course, you know, you're trying to be respectful to the other authors. But like Ms. Jones said, this could be the stepping stone to getting started, to, you know, moving to the next level, which for you, Therese, would be getting in the anthology, Ms. Jones writing her own biography, writing her own book. And Patrice, who knows what they could be leading, you know, documentaries she mentioned, you know, you got microfilms you could do these days. Hey, who knows? Who knows? But I applaud you guys for stepping out, you know, letting people into your world. Because that's very brave when you let people into your world like that, you know, especially when you're responsible for, you know, young kids. You got a spouse who has one of those kind of jobs that they really can't be on social media. You know, it's very brave, you know, to do what you're doing. I applaud you guys. All right. So, Patrice, so you did mention that it's a good chance you could be doing a documentary, a part 2. What else you think this in the works for you from Ms. Pro Savvy? Oh, Patrice dropped. All right, she'll be back. Her call dropped for some reason. All right. Well, we'll get back to her. We wait till she dialed back in. So we got another nice song for you guys. This song right here. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do a gospel update real quick, and then we're going to listen to Tina Coleman. All right, so here's a gospel update from Larry Robinson.
I'm Larry W. Robinson, and this is your Gospel Entertainment News Report, brought to you this week by GospelUpdates.com, the Gospel Updates mobile app, as well as the Gospel Updates e-magazine. This week, I am catching up with a gospel legend. I just love his voice. When I lived on the East Coast in New Jersey, I used to sneak over to Mount Vernon Baptist Church just so I could hear him sing, and I'm honored to have Donald Malloy on the broadcast today. Welcome back to Gospel Update, sir.
Thank you so much, Brother Larry. I appreciate you having me back, man.
What you been up to, sir?
Well, the good thing is that God has saw fit to still keep me busy, traveling, of course. Spreading that good news of gospel music. And right now, I'm actually in the process of doing another CD. And one of the songs I've been working with my guy, Isaiah Thomas, who wrote I Know What Prayer Can Do. Mm-hmm. And there's another song that we're going to be doing, and I'll probably have it finished recording this month, and the single, at least the single that we want to release. He gave me a song called River of Life, which is a wonderful tune. Yeah. River of Life, a wonderful song, and I'm looking forward, man. I am looking forward to doing this tune.
River of Life. Get ready for that single from Donald Malloy coming your way. Donald, thank you for being a guest on Gospel Updates.
Thank you so much, Larry, for having me.
This has been your Gospel Entertainment News Report. For more news, download my mobile app by searching Gospel Updates in your App Store, or get your hands on a copy of the latest Gospel Updates e-magazine by visiting GospelUpdates.com. Hi, I'm Larry W. Robinson, host of Gospel Updates, your gospel entertainment news report. And you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide.
That's right. You tell them, Larry Robinson, you guys are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, XXI Christian Media. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you're looking at Music Vision Television. All right. And we appreciate you guys. Also, again, update. That's right. The movie. That's right. Part of the documentary series and podcast, Next Man Up, Who I Am. The movie is going to be due out really real soon. It's getting close, y'all. It's getting close. I thought today was going to be that day. But man, I took on a conference call. I just could not end. So, and I hurt my foot. My foot been giving me problems. So anyway, God is good. Though I feel much better. There's just something about my little doggy just make me feel so much better. She's just so much love from her. So I just felt so much better hanging out with my little doggy today. And I'm just chilling, just relaxing, doing no social media, just chilling. All right. Another update. Next Man Up. Don't forget 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. We got Jeffrey Moore, Pastor Jeffrey Moore, CEO of Praise Orlando Radio, is going to be with us. We're still working on the next guest. I thought it was going to be Mr. Byron Herndon, but he's going to be our guest on Monday. He's going to hang out. He's actually a podcaster out, and he was out in St. Louis, and I think he relocated to I guess I want to say Wisconsin, maybe. I don't know. I gotta get his state straight. I think he moved to the same place Sister Regina lives at. That's right. Opportunities. So anyway, we're gonna have him on Monday. Tomorrow we got some guests too. The name's Pat. We have two guests, and we're going to have Shay Samuels and Joyce the Faith Walker White, my co-host. You know Shay. She's a gospel award-winning artist. She knows a lot about the industry. And Joyce Faith Walker White is an actress, and she works at the casinos part-time. So she's big on customer service. All right, so we're very excited to get them out here. All right, so I was hoping Dr. Kelly was going to hang out with me, but he said he got my message late. I guess he was out hanging with his son. So anyway, we'll be hanging tight. We're talking to Teresa. She's the sponsor of Purpose Matters, and Patrice Jones. She is one of the authors that's in the book Purpose Matters, and it's all published by Patrice Jackson, a.k.a. Miss Pro Savvy Pro from Cleveland, Ohio. Also my co-host on Wednesday nights. You can catch Patrice and Jerry was live right here. All right. Patrice, we was talking to you and you were gone. You were gone.
I know, it just hung up on me. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was like my go-to question. All right, basically you had, we were talking earlier and you was kind of talking a little bit about your journey, being published. This has been your first book. It's a possible second book in the makings. But how about a biography? Because you talked about what you went through, with your mom, I think your grandmother, and that's more than just a couple of pages. And then you talked about maybe a short film about your life. You got these microfilms out now where people are sharing their thoughts and their lives with others. More visual. Do you really see that those projects really happening for you? To show the world who Miss Pro Savvy is?
Well, as far as like the film, I don't know about that. You never know what God may bring. As far as a book about my actual life, I have this idea to release something when I turn, like for my 40th birthday Mm-hmm. So we'll see. That means I need to kind of start working on it because 40 will be here real soon. So that's been a plan. Maybe working with some people who have already written their autobiographies and making sure that it flows. You want to make sure that it flows correctly and that it makes sense. I just don't want to put a bunch of words on some paper and then that's it. So I have to find the right person to work with and get that story out there. I think it may help some people. I know, and like I said earlier, writing is therapeutic, so I know even me just writing it myself is going to help.
It does. It really helps. 'Cause I actually start my day off journaling. I write out my prayers, some things I want God to know, where I am right now, and I gotta, thank you on the air in public. It was Patrice was the one that one time Patrice and I had just finished the show, and I had a lot on my mind, and I was going through my illness. It was like really extreme at the time. I had lost complete control of my sugar. It was just up and down. And my mind was just couldn't deal with it. It was just all over the place. And Patrice was the one to say, "Hey, Jerry, because I told her I couldn't find no help. The family look at you like, you're all right. You're all right, Dad. Come help me with this. Yeah, Dad, take me there. Come on, honey. They think you're all right, but you trying to explain to them, you're not. But they don't understand because nobody really understand it. The doctors don't even really know all the answers. So Patrice said, Jerry, you should look at Facebook. They got a lot of different support groups, and you should check it out. And she was so right. It was like hundreds of these groups and thousands of these people, and they share everything. And then some of them even reach out to you. You tell me you got some questions, because I was telling them I was working on a project, and they wanted to contribute to that. They were so excited about it. And man, it has helped so much. Whenever, you feel a little down, there's always somebody out there that's going to reach. God always have one soul picked out already for you. It seems like it's like that all the time, So I never feel like you're alone out there. It's like a group for everything, right, Patrice?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's good, too, that they have them, because you have a group of like-minded people, but they're not biased towards you because they don't even know you, really, at that point. So, and they're private most of the time. So
yeah,
I'm glad you found them, though, Jerry.
Yeah, it really helped. And then it kind of educated me way more than, even though I was finding a lot of information on YouTube, it was like listening to a encyclopedia. It was starting to say the same thing over again. And it was more like coming from the medical community. It wasn't like it was somebody that was living with it that was giving you the information. Because that's what you really need. Because they always say, oh, you're your own advocate. You're your best advocate. Yeah, but I don't know nothing because everything is so medical. It's like I didn't go to school to be an endocrinologist, and that's basically how they were speaking to you, like, you're an endocrinologist. So reaching out to and then finding out that there's just so many people going through different stages of it, different. And not just that, there's other things out there too that people going through. Like you hear all and that's one of the things that's coming out right now. And I wanted to talk to you about that, Ms. Jones, and also too, Teresa. You're hearing a lot about like what went on with the shootings. It always seemed like it's the person had something going on their mind. And the young man, I think what came out with him was that he lost one of his parents, and it really messed him up really bad. And he reached out. It was signs that he was going through something. People was reporting it, but nobody was doing anything about it. Who's really responsible? Who could we tell Mr. President who's responsible for what happened? Can you really blame it? Guns don't shoot people. People shoot people. So,
right.
Who's to blame?
It's funny you say that, that he talked to people. I was recently telling a very close friend of mine, just a matter of fact, we kind of talked about it tonight a little bit. I lost my grandmother. It'll be 5 years next month. And I was telling her, I said, I think I need grief recovery. And she's like, well, why do you say that? And I was like, because I think I know for a fact I have not grieved. I haven't. You just keep going because that's what we're supposed to do. We lose somebody very close to us, and we have to keep living. So we go back to our daily routines, and we never really address the hurt, the anger, the sadness. We just keep moving, and it starts to kind of like build up. And I've noticed with myself lately here recently, I've been and it comes and goes. Like I'll have my days where I'm perfectly fine, and then some days I'm very withdrawn. I really kind of just don't want to be bothered. I'm very sad. I'm crying, and then a few days later I'm okay. And it's just like, I know being an adult that's not, I won't say that it's not normal, but I need to find a healthy way to deal with it. Because if you don't, it's gonna come a point in time where you are gonna be almost like a ticking time bomb, because you're going to be so uptight about what you're holding in, and nobody's going to know unless you're telling people that somebody's going to say something and it's going to pow. You're just going to blow up. So it's very important to, I think sometimes we think like when people say a therapist, it's like a forbidden thing. Like it's nothing wrong with saying that you need therapy. Therapy is healthy to me. But you get so many people that have this, I'm not going to see a therapist. That's for crazy people. No, it's okay. Normal people go to a therapist. It's how you talk things out and how you learn how to cope with things that transpire in your life.
Yeah. And, they do have like services at your job and everything where, there's a counselor there, and they have PhDs, so they're trained to handle grief. And I understand where you work because I lost my grandmother, be a year. March made a year. My mom had just reminded me. And it was a really hard period for us because it's like she just left just like that. It's like we were standing still.
Yeah.
And like she couldn't tell us that she was in trouble because she was suffering from diabetes too. And what happened, she was extremely malnutrition. So her mental mind wasn't there. It couldn't cry out to nobody because it wasn't being fed properly. A lot of people don't understand that diabetes affects your hormones. Your endocrine system is out of whack. It's like it's running on manual. It's like your medication controls everything. And if you don't know what you're doing, because if it's too low, it's low. It's like, man, you're in trouble. You can go in a coma. When it's too low, you can go in a coma. When it's too high, you can go in a coma. So you got to stay in that middle. And by her being in her 90s and really not really knowing that she was in dire need, she was in the hospital. And I think the doctor said she had a little bit of pneumonia or something, if I'm not mistaken. And she was living with her 96 or 97-year-old sister, so she really didn't know what was going on. So, and it was really hard for my mom to get up there because she was dealing with an injury. And I couldn't get up there because I was sick. I shouldn't have been traveling. I shouldn't even be driving at that point. And so my sister and her son had to try to take care of the business. But they didn't understand the severity of diabetes. So there wasn't no real urgency for them to get there. They kept saying, we're going to go Monday. Oh, can't go. We're going to go Wednesday. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like nobody pointed no fingers to what happened. My grandma still lived a full life. I think she was like 96, 97. So you kind of like, oh, yeah, grandma lived long. But it felt like we could have celebrated her last birthday because she was only like a month or two away from her birthday. And we never celebrated. We haven't celebrated a birthday with her for years because she'd been living up in New York. And she got to a point where she couldn't travel, and we were too busy to go see her all the time when, we went up there when like events were going on or something, So, you feel kind of bad. You say, oh man, so I know the feeling you're talking about. It's like you feel like you really should talk to somebody like where you are with that person's death, you come to terms with it, and then before my grandmother passed, my cousin passed in October the year before. And it was funny, we were always talking about how we're going to get together and do stuff, but it's like we always get busy. And he was my childhood buddy. We grew up like a block apart from each other. We played baseball together, football together, went to the same high school. I've been knowing him since he was born, pretty much, 'cause I think I'm 2 years older than him. And when he had diabetes and he passed out at the wheel of his truck and crashed into a truck on the Bay Bridge, which is one of the largest bridges in this country. And so basically he pretty much died on the bridge, but they were able to keep him alive long enough just so he can say his goodbyes to his family. But nobody really knew that was where he was. We thought everybody else said he was going home. I said, I'll see him when he get home then. He was never going home. And that's what was so hard. You really didn't get a chance to say your goodbyes to him, even though I really didn't want to see him like that. But, my brother and them said it really was hard to see him like that, but at least they did get to see him and speak with him and pray with him. And I was like, hey, who am I mad at? I'm mad with his family because they kept telling us that he's going to be home next week. And I said, because I was only that far. I see him at home and we could watch TV together and, who likes hospitals? So that's a grieving moment. That's something that can affect you emotionally. Just the fact that you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to somebody who's been part of your life all your life. That's hard, you know?
It's hard, but then I think, too, like in my grandmother's case, you know, she went in her sleep. She wasn't sick or anything, nothing. My grandmother went to sleep and just didn't wake up. And I always say, you know, I wish I could have said goodbye. But then I'm like, if I think about it, that goodbye would have never been, I would have always said, okay, I just need to say goodbye again. I need another goodbye. And it's just like, it would have never been enough goodbyes for me to be okay with her not being here. So it's almost like, you know, even if I could have said goodbye, I wouldn't have wanted that to be the goodbye.
Yeah.
So it's just funny.
Hard.
I mean, we all get to a place where we all have to, you know, we can't be here forever. When our time comes, you know, it comes, but it's easier said than done to deal with it after it happens. So, you know, and everybody's different. Some people grieve differently. Like some people bounce back with no problem at all.
Keep it moving.
And I just think that's how we're all made.
But sometimes, too, you know, you just think about maybe your love for that person was much stronger, you know. Because I know I used to talk to my grandma like every Sunday before the football game. It's like, oh, I got to call grandma before the game, you know. It's like, and then I call her in the morning because she's up early, like 5 o'clock, so I can call her at 6 on my way to work. She's going to pick up, you know, and say, hey, how's my Jerry? You know, that's how she always answered the phone. You know, that's why nobody knew that she had dementia because she said the same thing all the time. You know, it was no different since I was young. Hey, Jerry, how's my Jerry? And they always thought I was the favorite anyway. So, you know, it's really hard, you know. But, you know, like you said, you got to move on. But as long as you got that person, the dear parts of them with you, you know, hey, you should feel good about that, you know, live a good life. All right. So, Teresa, you have any input to that? Any input? Are you good?
I just think the problem is the society when people are reaching out for help, and obviously this young man was talking to people and people were telling other people about him that somebody should have stepped in. It just seems like society doesn't want to be bothered with other people's problems. They don't want to say anything. You know, maybe they don't believe what's going on. We just need to get more involved with everybody, whether we know them well or not. We need to step in and do something or help them or say something. I know here in Cleveland, they're trying to promote to the students, if you hear something or see something, to report it.
That's right. They're doing it too. Social media.
How nobody saw that gun or that rifle, whatever it was, on the bus. How did nobody see that?
Yeah, they're like, you don't see him. You know, he could probably get on. They don't even know he's on the bus or not. And you're right. Now that, and it's not like this is the first time, because I was listening to President Trump today, and he was going down a list whose watch it happened on. That was like more important to him than anything. Like, who watched that? Oh, yeah. So, that happened on President Bush's watch. Oh, and then he stopped because 2 tragic things happened on his watch. So he had to stop what he was saying. He didn't proofread his notes because he had that big massacre that happened in Las Vegas. Then this one with the school, and I think I'm not sure when the church thing. I think that was like at the end of Obama's his presidency. So it's like you can't really say, you know, the president, it was on his watch. It's like, what are we going to do about? I mean, they've been fighting gun laws for years. You know, the main thing is they're in the wrong hands. They shouldn't be in no young people's hands, period. Then it's like, what are assault weapons doing in stores anyway? It's like, these are war machines. You know, they're not toys. So, I mean, I can understand you got a hunting rifle. Now, he would have went in a hunting rifle. Maybe he would have got off 1 shot, maybe 2, but it wouldn't have been that many people. Like, just like the guy in Vegas. He was just clicking people off like flies. So, that's the thing we got to think about. What is the purpose of these weapons? You know, I can understand they say, okay, everybody should be armed because we could get invaded by Russia one day. How's that going to happen? They get in the airspace, they in trouble. So it's like, why do people have them? You know, what is the purpose? I don't think it's no fun going to the gun range shooting a target. It's not no fun. You know, of course, hunting is much fun because you're chasing game. But what do you get out of that unloading a magazine against a wall with a target painted on it. I just don't get it. Now, if you're playing war games and you running through some maze and things popping up, but you don't need no real gun for that. You can use a paint gun. I just don't get it. Yeah, I just don't get it. That's my ramble. I just don't get it. You know, and I'm gonna tell you,
I think part of it too, though, Jerry, is we need to start recognizing mental illness is something that is real.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, a lot of insurance companies, they give you some coverage, but if you don't have insurance and you have any type of government coverage, that's the least that you're going to be able to get help with.
It is, and there's so many different forms of it,
I mean,
because
people need to talk. I mean, you can't, like Patrice said, no matter what's going on in your life, good, bad, everybody got their thing, something that they're concerned about or worried about, giving their kids or their job or finance, whatever. You know, but sometimes you need an unbiased person to talk to, and I think that we should shine more light on it, and things like grief recovery. I was fortunate enough that when my grandmother passed away, my church actually requires that you have grief recovery before you can even serve in the church, because you need to know how to be able to interact with people, the souls that come in. So I was fortunate enough that when my grandmother passed away, I was finishing up grief recovery. So I had all those skills from those classes to help cope with her death, you know. So I know that having, you know, someone to talk to, having the coping skills is truly important.
Yeah, it is. And
when you have to deal with it.
Yeah, and I don't really think my mom has, like, completely gotten over it, too, because it's like, you know, especially because she reminded me that this was that week that she passed. And the bad thing about my grandmother, we've been trying to get her to move to Maryland for years from New York, because she was living on Long Island, and she moved with her sister. And we said that didn't make no sense when she come here, because it was just my dad and my mom had, you know, their own 4-bedroom house. And so she never wanted to make their move. So when she finally did make their move, she was ill. She only lasted 2 weeks here in Maryland. 2 weeks. So, you know, that's what was so hard, I guess, on my mom. It's like, wow, all these years she was trying to spend time with her, and she felt like, you know, she wanted to give that time to her sister. You know, she said, well, both of y'all can move down here, but her sister always used to make excuses. Well, I can't get my paycheck if I live there. It was just, it didn't make no sense. But we didn't really have time to be challenged her about that. Like, what are you talking about? Your bank, you can bank anywhere you want in the country, in the world. But, you know, who knows what the deal was. So anyway, ladies, let's kind of wrap up our show tonight. But hey, I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight on Positive Power. You know, to talk about what we're talking about, mental health, purpose matter. I mean, we covered pretty much some of the things that are on the minds of Americans right now. And in some cases, the world. People do need help. People who have the purpose to help people, want to help people. Let's let them do that. You know, let's give them the opportunity to spread their gift, their joy. You know, but we need more of that right now. It's a lot going on. We just got out of the Christmas holiday. The winter months is always hard on people, period. So we're going to start seeing a little longer daylight, a little bit more sunshine, get that vitamin D in you. And so you can feel a little bit better about what's going on, what's coming down our pipe, right? And stay away from those war movies, y'all. Look, we need more comedy. That's what I always keep saying. We need more comedy. Every time you turn around, there's a violent movie coming out. It's like, that's all they want to do. All right, so let's get some laughter in our lives. That fixes everything. All right, so before we go, we're going to start with you, Miss Teresa. Any encouraging words for our listeners? Any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to, you know, any information you'd like to give people? Blesses.
Just take control of your health. The doctors don't always know what's best, and the trend is going towards natural, holistic medicine to try and avoid getting hooked on all these meds that the doctors are trying to pump. Just be aware of your body and what you need, and just try to go natural.
That's right.
It's a lot safer.
Sounds good to me. All right. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on Positive Power WXI. All right, Miss Jones, any final words?
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Miss Jones, any final words, encouraging words, anything people need to know before we go?
Never let anyone talk you out of your God-given talent.
I like that. That's right. That's encouraging. Don't let them do it. Don't listen to them, right?
Don't let them do it, because people will talk you out of your dream, and you'll have it all mapped out, and they'll talk you right out of it. And we have to learn to stop doing that.
That's right.
Like, follow your dreams.
Don't share.
Nobody else understands your path but you.
That's right.
Follow it.
That's right. Don't share it until it's already out there and it's too late. They can't talk you out of it.
Yeah.
That's right. You need somebody to talk. Find an online group. There's plenty of them out there for everything. You name it, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We appreciate you guys. All right. Before you guys go, last final question, everybody. Did you feel the power? Did you feel the power? XXI Christian Radio.
I felt the power.
Felt the power. Miss Jones,
Absolutely.
Did you feel it? You felt the power. All right. Thank you, ladies.
I felt the power.
Feel the power. All right, everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, Spricker Radio, all our overseas military men and women who serve in our country. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Australia, Peru, India, our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Facebook Live, my family and friends, our podcasters, our independent gospel artists, our CEOs and record executives. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Also, don't forget about we on YouTube streaming Music Vision Television. You got music video need to be played, send it. If you got a commercial need to be shown, send it to us. Let's get in contact with us at jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or inbox me on Messenger. Right. My management up. All right, everybody. Don't forget we be back on Thursday with Miss Shay Samuels, gospel artist, and Miss Joyce Faith Walker White, podcaster and part-time actor. All right, we appreciate you guys. We love you, and we see you on Thursday. And again, we'll be back on the radio on Friday night, 11:30, with the Corinth, Dwayne Culpepper, CEO. That's right, CEO of Century Media Record Company. He will be here to talk about his trilogy album with Paula G, the voice. I almost forgot her name, Paula G. And that'll be at 11:30 Saturday morning. Starting at 9 o'clock, we got Pastor Jack at the breakfast table with Pastor Jack and Sam Brown. 10 o'clock, you got Next Man Up with Dr. Paul Kelly. And join us would be Pastor Jeffrey Moore from Orlando, Praise Orlando Radio. All right, we're still working on the second guest. All right, thank you so much again. I'm Jerry Royce live worldwide on Positive Power XXI. Good night.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of XXI.
Positive Power 21.org. Internet radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Yeah, it's your girl Ree, and I'm so excited to be coming to you Mondays, every single Monday on Pep Talk with Ree. We're gonna have praise, empowerment, and prayer. It's gonna be amazing. Interviews, great music, and just a time for us to stay motivated. Listen, Monday, some people look into that like, yeah, Monday, but you know what? This is Pep Talk with Ree. So y'all be ready and excited and stay locked on Positive Power Christian Media Network.
Hi, this is Rock Life with Zion Jones, listening to Positive Power XXI Christian Radio on Speaker Radio and Facebook Live.
Philippians 4 verse 13.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Midday, we are redeemed. We are redeemed for a purpose, yeah.
Jesus Christ, our Redeemer.
We shall live to the gospel we carry.
Jesus Christ, our Redeemer.
We are redeemed for a purpose, yeah.
Jesus Christ, our Redeemer.
And we shall live to the gospel we carry.
Jesus Christ, our Redeemer.
Tunaombolea Rwanda jolinga ife yo. Kutikondela kutichota kundima yo. So spiritually,
financially, socially, I am surely, corruption, temptation, addiction, rejection. Jesus Christ, my Redeemer. He saved me, I'm not a daydreamer. Oh boy, knowing that you were not perishably redeemed. 1 Peter 1 verses 18-19. From corruption, addiction, temptation I am free. I'm redeemed for a purpose. Yes, to not humble and licholinga. Uzopinga kutichinga chifukwa chake we are redeemed for a purpose, yeah. We shall live to the gospel we carry. We are redeemed for a purpose, yeah. And we shall live to the gospel we carry. Tina umbolelo andicholinga ife yo. Kutikondela kutichotsa kundima yo. So spiritually, financially, socially, I am surely, corruption, temptation, addiction, rejection. Ina hombole dwande cholinga, ikondela kutichotela choiko. Then the tantama ambuye wa mamba, ukamvela mbale sutakala so wawamba. Because your God is able to change your life. To change your situation. Whosoever shall call in the name of the Father, his life shall be saved. All I carry Jesus Christ and he lives in me. No wonder my life has changed like this. Have to give your life to God and involve him in your plan. You never walk by sight, you walk by faith. We are redeemed for a purpose, yeah. Jesus Christ, our Redeemer. We shall live to the gospel we carry. Jesus Christ, our Redeemer. We are redeemed for a purpose, yeah. Jesus Christ, our Redeemer. And we shall live to the gospel we carry. Jesus Christ, our Redeemer. Tina umbolelo andicholinga ife yo. Kutikondela kutichotsa kundima yo. So spiritually, financially, socially, I am surely, corruption, temptation, addiction, rejection.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.